We are back, guys, and Genji Gold still on top even after finishing third, but take a look. Actos Stars Red with 650 points garnered. They are getting closer and closer to Genji Gold.
Actos Stars Red having a decent rounds 1 and 2 with that chicken dinner in round 3. Clinches out their closure, going towards Genji Gold, getting one step closer each time. That chicken dinner definitely helps them in their cause, but Genji Gold not having a chicken dinner since round 1. They just really want to get through and trying to get a more convincing wins. The third place will not be good enough anymore as Actos Stars Red looks to be on fire as they try to get onto rounds 4 and 5, where they're still good on these Erangel matches. And of course, FPP favors both teams quite equally there, so it's going to be interesting to see how the teams decide to perform.
We're getting down to it, Joel, and so is BSG Luna. They're getting down into the dirt here. It's 18th place for them. Really unfortunate that they haven't really shown up today. But other teams to mention on this list, Cloud9, haven't had stellar performances either. They're sitting at 13th place. And the two Kongdu teams, the one I mentioned, Red Dot, not able to become the dark horse tonight.
Look at leaders for the kills coming through in Loki. Absolute, just beast mode coming out today ever since the first round, looking so good. Constantly picking up really crucial kills for his team, and talked about it earlier. Round 3 wouldn't have got them in third place if it wasn't for Loki getting the crucial kills coming from a situation when he had to fight against 1v2 against WGS. And talking about him trying to get the kills out while Esco's trying to scout out for that next location for them to travel to. Loki was very much essential in Genji Gold having a great round once again, and this is why they're still in first place overall.
Taking a look at our PC bong that we've lit up with a bunch of lights for the finals. We are trying to decide one team to take the victory, and it seems like 3 teams towards the top right now. Of course, Genji Gold on top, Actos Stars Red in second place, and then Rocket Inv in third place, but not as close. So I think round 4 definitely will define, which teams need to do really well. By the way, they got BBG Chicken over there too, sponsoring our tournament and sponsoring giving chicken to the players.
Sponsoring this wonderful event we have at the Grand Championship, the finals for PWM Season 1, looking very good so far as the story does follow along. Actos Stars Red, we talked about them having one good day, as we've seen in the past, can make them really the champions of maybe the first time in contention for any type of tournament we had throughout the PUBG Korea League Pro Tours, as we had through the 3 broadcasts, but we're still going on here, and Genji Gold still the favorites to win, and they can have really good rounds once again. Simpson on the shot calling, the in-game leader, to make sure that Eska and the rest of the squad follow suit and have a great result once again.
Yeah, the fans out here in the arena, they are just gunning for this team to win right now. They want it so badly. I mean, they're huge fans. Anytime during the breaks, when Eska says anything, the fangirls go wild. It's crazy. Super big fans of Genji Gold right now, but multiple different teams looking for that upset. As I mentioned before, Actos Stars Red, Rocket Inv, and even WGS, they're getting really close too. I think they're in 4th or 5th place, and trying to get up there. We'll see what happens.
And here's a team that's getting further and further away as the rounds go by. Genji Black doing not so good for the first 3 rounds. If there's a time to come back right here, this is the round in round 4.
Yeah, they gotta do it here. They have to have 2 strong rounds. Let's go into round 4. First off, though, Erangel FPP. Here we go. Good flight path for one of the Genji teams, but not the one that the fans are cheering for now, the #1 team. Genji Gold are going to have a hard time to get down to Novo.
But you know what it is, and we've been saying this since round 2, the flight path, the circle, whatever you want to call it, the RNGs involved in a PUBG match does not really matter anymore. It just feels like the teams that can overcome those obstacles will overcome it. And Genji Gold, no matter what the circles have been looking like, no matter what the flight path has been looking like, flight path wasn't great for them in round 3 either. And they got on to Nova Rope later than everybody else, went to their initial cities, but still farmed out, moved their locations early and very smartly, and they still get a 3rd place finish, where Genji Black landing in South George Bowl very much given by the flight position and also the circle being right above them. still does not really translate into a
Yeah.
top position finish as Gen G Black, once again, a disappointing finish for their first Aaron Go match.
Yeah, it's really about what you do with the different situations you're given, right? Some teams want to be really aggressive with the good circle, try to get right into the middle and get some lucky circles, but sometimes, you know, you're in a good spot and then you have 4 teams rotate on top of you, and then all of a sudden, you know, you're not in such a good position as you thought, originally thought, and it's going to be rough. Let's see where these teams want to go. Lots of teams actually going north, including Active Stars Red.
They go North Shores most of the time. I don't think they will be landing in South Shores, so I mean, you don't want to count any obstacles out, but no, Active Stars Red and Active Stars Indigo, they might just hand in North Shores altogether, and Active Stars Red currently in second place, very, very close to Gen G Gold, who's going to be going with Nova Noya just fine, but Captain America does say that he wants to have a clean finish onto this next round, which is round 4 now, and Stars Red, they are landing in North Shores, and Active Stars Indigo, their sister team, is going to be right along the mix.
Yeah. We do have the map in the middle of the studio, actually, just the middle screen, and so all the people like to groan or like to give away what's going on with their circle, but it's right over there on the west side. Very, very far away. Similar to the last circle, but a little bit more centered, so not so bad.
If you want to interpret what the reactions are all about, if you see a lot of groaning and a lot of, it's like that, why is this circle? Then you know it's bad for Gen G Gold. It's far away from Nova Noya, and when everyone starts cheering and starts all these shrieking and whatever they want to do, that's going to be right across the military circle, and you can kind of get some hints in as to, you know, what the circle will indicate to before we actually show it to you.
It's a fun little mini game you can play when you're watching this. But yeah, let's see if BSG Luna can actually do better than 20th place this time around. You can't go down from there. You can only do the same.
Maybe, just maybe, BSG Luna will do worse in round 4.
There's always a possibility.
Is there though?
Yeah, I mean, you could disconnect, as we said before.
I mean, they could throw a frag grenade way up in the air, literally up in the air, and they make it fall right back down. They just destroy all 4 members. That could be worse.
That would definitely be worse.
But they wouldn't have to be worse from round 5. We got to give them room to get worse every round. In round 4, you just can't get the worst out of these guys.
Round 5 is the disconnect.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
I don't think you can get worse than that.
Let's see if
they just leave the studio. They just leave the studio.
Yeah, they just give up. They're like, nah, actually, nah. But, I mean, there's money all the way down to the bottom, and there's always our Gorani and Kamja awards for you guys who are not 100% sure what that means.
Gorani is going to be the Elk Award, and it's just going to be about, you know, when you kind of run over deer and elks, you know, in the streets there and with your vehicles, and kind of meaning the same thing. How many elks do you run over? Talking about PUBG. How many road kills you get, and you're going to get an award for that, a small prize money for that, and the Kamja Award means potato.
Yeah.
That's what the Koreans call their frag grenades because it resembles that shape and color. So the best frag grenade throwers. I mean, supposedly it does. I mean,
I've never seen any green potatoes. But
it's kind of brownish, and you know when you get the salty
one, when
you get the outdated ones, you do see it turn out to have a little bit of green hue. It's going to be here and there. So. Kamja Award will be given to the player that has got the most kills off of frag grenades. I can think of a couple candidates already. You know, Simpson way up there. You know, he's gotten a lot of incredible kills with that frag grenade. But
even Leklo from Team Flux or Lambu. Lambutan from WGS Arena. He got that one bounce kill onto Gen G Black. Killed, I think, 2 or 3 of them right away, and they won the round. So.
Definitely, and now we're trying to talk about awards, and that's what really gets us to really feel that this is the closing games of PWM Season 1. It's kind of sad to really say that at one point because we had such a really enjoyable season ahead of us, and it was a good time casting with you. Obviously, Valdez, we get to say that one more time, of course, once the broadcast actually comes to a close, but you know, it's been a good run, and really had all these teams put out exciting matches, and you know, dynamic moments at times, and now we are getting to the nitty-gritty to decide who is going to be the champion out of these 5 rounds that we have here today for the very last day.
Yeah. Afrika Face Fatal, we have their stats up on screen, but they haven't really done the best so far. Would certainly need to get 2, you know, at least close to chicken dinners in the end of these last 2 rounds in order to actually win. Rocket Inv in 3rd place. They're going to come over here, pick up a Groza and lots of great equipment to start off their run.
And you know what it is, though, it's not what you get, it's what you do with it. Groza is a great weapon. What you do with it is going to be more important for Rocket Inv. It's going to be very, very on the contention. They're trying to do well. At Syndigo, we thought they were going to just land right in with Active Stars Red in North Shores, but they head over to Zarki to start us off.
Yeah. I have a friend who always likes to land in Zarki.
What do you tell him?
I mean, if the flight path's good, I don't mind it, because they usually have a couple of vehicles that you can go into the circle from. It's not a very high action area, you can say. So there's that.
Me and my buds, we always like to go to North Shores. It's a preferable area. We like farming out the apartments because nobody else likes to do that. And you always got to do something that other people don't like to do when you're in PUBG. Just make sure you're not really involved in all the actions there. And I think Genji Gold has done well so far of trying to avoid unnecessary fights, rotating around where everybody isn't. And that has given Genji Gold a great proposition for this championship match here. Still at 1st place here.
I always like to look at the numbers and see what the average is just by looking at it. And Gukyan at 0.92 kills is above average. So I wonder what exactly is the average. Could be around 0.8 kills, I would guess. Somewhere around there.
Instead of trying to do your micromats, Valde, you could just ask our producer.
Oh, that's a good idea.
They should definitely tell you on that one.
Yeah. Maybe I'll do that sometime.
We do have a Freaking Freaks Ares traveling along from Mill to Power, and as they get to the circle rather quickly, so it's going to abandon their farming phase a bit early here. And Freaking Freaks Ares, not the best of showings once again, as is the entire season. They've always been the kind of middle of the pack. Despite their 1st place finish, they had so well done in the opening day of PWM, really haven't done well since. Trying to rotate in, and WGS Arena, of course, that in top contention only in PWM. They haven't done well really in APL or PSS, but PWM seems to be their stage, and talked about it earlier, they really just like this Gangnam phase area, and it feels like they want to really stay here, enjoy the surroundings.
Not happy with the buggy without a wheel. Gonna drive away in something else. We do have our first blue coming on into the circle. No real action, just a couple of kills so far. And is that another crate? No, that must have been the crate they picked up earlier on, I would imagine.
I don't think so. I mean, you got to talk about, that was a long time ago. I mean,
you think that's another crate, actually?
Could be. We'll take a look.
You know what? Actually, the other 2 members of Rocket Inv were very split up from those 2 members that just went to that crate. So you would have to imagine that that was the 2nd crate of the game, which would be incredible for Rocket Inv if they picked up 2 crates so far.
But, as I always say, it's not about what you get, what you do with it. Rocket Inv hasn't really done great things with what they had throughout the season, but could be their change now. I mean, a great time to change, really make an upstart for yourself, and if you do well in the championship round, you do get all that prize money, and Rocket Inv definitely are in contention and could very well get it if they have a really good rounds 4 and 5, and see what they do. They do pick up 2 greats, seemingly, we can assume, but see what they do with it is going to be the more important question here.
They're going to be in a really good spot. As I say that, Crank is going for a spin. Not in a good way. Oh, another one? Oh, okay. Here we go. Yeah, that's fine. Cars do this in real life, too.
And usually you're not half health when that happens.
You can try it. It's
I mean, it doesn't
generally not a good idea.
It puts me less than half health when I actually do that in real life. Don't try this at home, guys. You'd definitely be at 0 health when you do that.
Yeah. You never want to be at 0 health in your life.
You'll be at least knocked when that happens. So don't
knocked, yeah. Yeah,
don't want to try that. At least if you don't have your teammates to res you up after that happens, don't try it in real life, guys.
I wish I had teammates that would just follow me around and res me whenever I get to 0 health.
There you go. After you intentionally flip your vehicle over multiple times, then you get knocked and you just ask your teammates, hey, come res me. I'm Valdez. You're going to have to res me now.
If I had a vehicle, which I do not. Not really necessary here in Korea.
Yeah, it's a great public transportation area. We know that we can just move around anywhere around the country with basically not even having a vehicle for ourselves. So great country for that perspective.
the opposite here in PUBG. You certainly do need vehicles if you want to be successful in general.
I guess they call the Gillis against Kong the Red Dot. Two sister teams now about to fight with each other, and what they make out of it. Styles gonna be spotted.
Spots him, headshots him with the AK, makes it look easy. It's gonna be lights out here for Style.
I mean, AKM looks so good after that patch 12 update when the hidden buff was actually the recoil control is looking a lot better than what it used to be. And I mean, M4 and the rest of the reliable previously with 5.56 rifles, recoil has kind of gone off, and it seems like it's not the same type of quality control that you got with. So AKM, it seems to be preferred by so many players now. Circle opens up, and it's going to be a good one as we see most of George Pole in the mix there.
It's going to be good for Genji Black. Genji Golds, one of the worst they could have actually gotten. They got to go through Klux. They got to go through ROG Centurion. You have a couple of Afrika Freaks teams inside the circle. But let's see how they manage it. They've managed it before. Not counting them out here. But you got to be careful. You know, you have to, at this point, you have to compare Genji Gold versus their competitors, right? Against ActoStars Red, against Rocket Inv, and see exactly where those teams are in comparison.
Look at this here, the Yasnaya neighbors here with Entasace and MVP trying to fight it out. The MVP once again, very usual strat of inviting all as the same team, and some people's gonna be spawning as one here.
First knock. He's gonna get a kill already. Some people. Oh, looking for the headshot. Nearly gets it, but he gets knocked himself and falls off the building.
Okay, but Taman is gonna be watching this action all by himself. Some people does get off the building, and oh, gotta get spotted by Izmi. That scared me just a little bit. Not many things in PUBG really scares me when I'm casting, but that one's well, look at that. Talk about kill feed being scary. Rocket Armor going down in pieces.
Yeah, really scary spot for them. It's only School left available, and he's hiding behind a car. His three teammates going down.
He spotted.
Looks like he was spotted
by someone else.
Yeah, it must have been some other team. So now he's gonna hide behind this car. Just wait.
Asterisk. Scouting through all the rooms, then not gonna find the last member of Rocket Armor. And I have to be wondering where he is, but probably gonna see him kill feed a little bit later. Genji Gold seeming like they have a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah, a bit of a knock. And the circle is really strange, actually. If you guys looked at it, every team has already rotated inside of the circle except Klux and except Genji Gold, who went for a very wide rotation into the blue.
I mean, they did come in from Nova Noya, so understandably they're going to be far away from their current situation. Asterisk still hanging around, having their own little meeting. And downstairs picking up the loot, but it was going to be Genji Black in the end. He's shooting towards the last member of Rocket Armor and trying to blow out the vehicles now. And School, I wonder how many damage he's going to take off on that one.
Well, the back vehicle, the UAZ, does go down, but the Dacia is still available. Could try to knock out the Dacia too. That would certainly kill School.
Now School has a little campfire right behind him with that burning UAZ. But
it's nice.
It is. It's a bit cozy and warm, but School definitely it's not going to get cozy at heart because he's going to be the only one left standing. Rocket Armor still in winning contentions, but being one man alive in this situation with 20 teams still left remaining, they could go down in last place.
No, bad spot for them. And as this blue closes in, we will have our final team enter the white circle, and that means 69 people left available inside the white circle. Nobody's going for any weird blue tactics, and everybody can fit for now. So the next circle should be pretty insane and action-packed.
Genji Gold, after that initial knock that came through for one of their members, does still make a move on, and finally gonna make it into the circle. I actually talked about them being the only one outside the circle, but everybody else made the rotation in. I like this edge play here. I think Genji Gold is literally going for the edge play when everybody else decides to go for the center of the circle, and you just have to play against the current, and Genji Gold has been so good at that all season long. When you have to play the circles, then you know how to rotate what everybody else isn't in. It's what Genji Gold has taken advantage of, and here they are once again looking good as they make the rotation.
Yeah, I was watching him look at Eureka, and I was like, do not take the shot, do not take the shot. Don't give away your information, and Genji Gold did not. And now this next circle, as I said, is going to be pretty insane. Look at all of the teams that fit inside of this one.
That is absolutely nasty as we see all these teams. Just we don't even see terrain in that circle right now. Everything is filled with icons, and that just means lots of kills will come through on the circle.
It means that action probably in 3 different locations at the same time. Good luck, observers. Let's see what you can do. The Inception knocks himself.
No. He falls up.
And Isco kills him. He was probably getting shot and tried to jump out and, well, ended up being an easy kill. Genji Black, a couple of members going down. Wow. Yunrun and Esther already taken out here.
Okay, dangerous situation now. Genji Black has to make the rotation count, but losing 2 members early is not going to be the best situation for them. Grammatic, Sexy Pig still in this one, but the other 2 completely wiped out by OPGG Hunters.
Yeah, so already the action is starting here. Genji Black only has Sexy Pig and Grammatic left over.
Unsuck, walking towards killing the Gilly soon and see what he can make out of it.
Gun takes the shots, and they do land onto Hunsuck.
He's gonna be out. All this entry is gonna be the 20th place out of this 4th round here.
Yeah, not the best finish for them. Certainly the worst, but let's see what they can do in round 5. We'll be seeing them again, no doubt. And looks like C9.
He's still here.
School is still alive. So at least Rocket Armor is now out in 20th.
He really likes that campfire. Just wants to stand in right in front of him, or prone can actually. Like Clocks gonna be having their own troubles against Kong the Rent on here.
Oh,
just trying to prone away.
Jinsu prone in the grass there.
Wow, Clocky. Wow.
Yeah. Good shot. Clocks once again, the woes continue. Leklo, only one left available that we do see.
Clocky uses that. The bullet drop coming from that Scar very effectively there, and find the kills there. Lambertan just trying to run away from Genji Black, who has had their own woeful struggles. Losing 2 members early here.
Lots of shots here onto OGN to Ace. And they spot the rest of WGS making that rotation. Let's see. Looks like they want to take the fight with the back 2 members of WGS and potentially get some kills there.
Genji Black, they're stuck right across the neighboring terrain of South Georgia Pool, where everybody else is trying to rotate around, and you're going to find a lot of teams trying to just rotate themselves in that direction, and Stace is already in there. WGS is still on the tracks there, and OPGG Hunters, they're above the Himalayas though. Genji Black really going to be surrounded from multiple angles. If they get spotted, the 2 members, I don't know if they can survive for very much longer.
Let's take a look at this next circle. That's going to be bad for Genji Gold. Good, though, for another team that's up towards the top, Active Stars Red in the north side.
You have all 4 members here, Valdez, and they're looking strong as they can just establish their position now in this 4th circle. And if they can do that well and defend now against MVP, who's going to be surrounding them, Actus Indigo, not going to be too much of a worry as they're going to be focused on the ruins. And Actus Red just trying to use that 3-way intersection to get their positions now. You see them on the top of the circle now and see what they can do. Active Stars Red looking very, very strong now.
C9 running into some trouble. Looks like Juanito is able to take out a couple of them.
Actus Indigo still in ruins. Trying to look towards the surrounding areas, but there's a lot big fighting happening here. Aroa seems like he goes down, but the other 3 members that Freaking Freaks Fatal, they're still in the mix there. The 4 members are Max Toman in these compounds, just on the cusp of the circle, but they're still not in. So in the end, they have to move around as the circle starts closing in.
Rocket Im fighting a really important fight right now. I was hoping they would come over here, and they got to get through Asterisk to get into the circle. They already begin with a fantastic couple of knocks, and
3rd one.
That should be able to do it. It's only Lokers left over.
Frank just waiting to finish it off here, and Lokers just trying to get out. Can he, though?
He's like, F this, I'm getting out, but he actually dies and gets shot after he dies. So that's how much Rocket Inv want to win this, guys.
Rocket Inv, they're really in the contention still, trying to win out this one in. OPG Hunters still in the Himalayas in the safe zone in. They can just make their positions count by trying to defend now. Still shooting towards Genji Black a little bit.
Look at Genji Gold. They made a wide rotation to the south here. Simpson is the scout on the motorcycle. He does get away.
This is a dangerous situation for Genji Gold. If Simpson gets knocked here, that's going to be a huge loss. And exactly what I was talking about. He's going to run into so many teams. And that's going to be Genji Gold. I wonder what play they're going to make here. They're splitting up now.
They're splitting up. They're trying to get into the circle and surround them, I guess.
Wow. No, I think that's just a distraction opportunity.
Loki's the distraction, and Eska and Clader on the east.
And they make it safely, and they get to the center circle.
Wow.
Now Loki is going to be all on lonesome. He has to join in with Clater and Eska, but Loki's going to get knocked.
Rough spot for them. They decide to take that risky move instead of just walking into the circle. I mean, they had other teams in front of them, of course, on the other edge, but a rotation like that when you're not sure can sometimes be very risky, and they get punished for it. Only 2 members left for Genji Gold.
I always feel like Genji Gold is at their best when they play the edge games, but this time they wanted to go for the center with Loki right there, just below the hills, but you have no cover whatsoever if you get shot off. The other 2 members will not be able to get you, and Kongdu Red Dot just feeling luxurious enough that they want to just go for the crate. Feeling so free to do anything they want.
Really easy. Nobody's looking there. Circle's going to be good for Genji Black, actually, and Actostar's Red. Genji Gold, the second they see that, they're rotating in. If they can save Loki, that would be fantastic.
That would be a huge res coming through. It's very much possible, and not much shots coming through. And Kongdu Red Dot just forgetting about Loki altogether. They have the angle upon him, but Loki, very nice positioning, and he's going to get rezzed up, and Genji Go back to a 3-man squad, which is going to be crucial for these guys.
Yeah, you can see they were taking a bunch of shots there, and it looks like Kongdu Red Dot want to make a move on him right now. Here comes Merrill over to the west side.
Okay, Merrill is right here, just going to throw the frag grenade down, see if he can get some kills here.
Kongdu Red Dot, they're out for blood right now.
Great rotations by Genji Gold right now. They're just getting behind that hill.
Beautiful.
Really just invincible of a position. Kongdu Red Dot definitely not going to overreach for that one. And Genji Gold is going to be looking to be safe at the tip of the Himalayas now.
You got Clocky up on the hill. He's got a fantastic angle on these guys.
He really wants this.
I wish he would just take some shots, though, you know? He's trying to throw grenades, and he has a silencer. Why not take a couple of shots here?
Okay, the grenade, we didn't even see it blow. Well, I wonder where that landed, actually, but still seemingly safe and far away from where the other members of Genji Gold were. But now Kongdu Red Dot, they're here for blood, though.
Yeah, they really are. Actostar's Red up in the top side. WGS go down in the blue, but there's the shots. Clocky finally takes them. He listens to me. And Eska, the crowd is silent as he gets killed there, shot in the head.
Kongdu Red Dot just relying on their numbers and their positioning. Feels like Genji Gold was just running away from them, not even going to fight back. And you know, what is the situation now with 14 teams left remaining? If they go down in 14s, for example, that's going to be a dangerous situation for Genji Gold as they're trying to just remain top in the standings.
Like the play here from Rocket Inv. The grenade's not really going to land, but they're coming up the west side of this circle, up the hill. But they got OPGG Hunters right in front of them, so they got to be careful here.
Hexa trying to come up that flank there. I wonder if they're going to be able to notice him right there. He's going to get the fight here and try to get the position. Very nice shots.
Hexa really quick on the trigger there. Nice shots onto Elka. And now he's behind the rest of them. Good surround.
Came in on the left. I think he sees him right there. He's going to get the shots off.
Crank also getting the kill and another one as the rest of Rocket Inv is going to just wipe out OPGG Hunters.
OPGG Hunters were feeling too safe there. Just being on the Himalayas for 4 circles in a row. And they felt like it was forever their home, but they get wiped out by good flank. Coming in from the players there. Very nicely done.
A bunch of these edge squads have been struggling, and they're going to be taken out here. Rosar getting a couple of kills himself, but he does go down to Juanita.
Not so bad. I think they're going to be out as well at 12th place. That just gives Genji Gold a better proposition to work with. They're right in the center. And the circle right here, very good for Genji Gold, but they have huge defensive assignments to be put here as Actostar Zed is right above them. MVP is going to be right above them as well. And they're going to be definitely making that rotation through and see if Genji Gold can make the defensive points count.
Rocket Inv right now, they control the top side of the Himalayas. They could run straight down, or they could go south and then below Kongdu Red Dot. I think that would be the best idea.
Yeah.
Jolie, you were making the same hand movement. Seems like we're on the same page here. That's exactly what they're going to do. That's going to open up some room, actually, for Genji Gold to survive, potentially.
It makes a lot more sense, Valdez, because Rocket Inv definitely not going to be crossing the hills, knowing that many people are going to be in the mix there. Rocket Inv, see if they can do that, but we're going to be focusing the action, but Actus Indigo and Actus Red.
Great shot there, but Curious with the side shot onto Hulk, trying to enter that fight, and down he will go. Curious will take that kill.
Oh, this is a dream effect for Genji Gold right now as Kongdu Red Dot are going to be troubled by Rocket Inv, and this is going to help their cause so much here.
Rocket Imp and Genji Gold, they want it so much. Both of them have made fantastic plays, but Rocket Imp ends up helping one of their biggest competitors right now.
And this is exactly what I was talking about. This Rocket Imp's rotation right there, which was inevitable, but putting out Kong the Red Dot in a wrist there helps out Genji Gold so much, and everyone not really trying to go for the Himalayas as we're trying to go to the open field. Active Stars ran after beating out Actus Indigo, trying to go to that location. I think MVP is going to be the ones trying to kind of creep in to the Himalayas, but more than anything, but Entisace on the left. Let's see what happens, but this is the important one right here. Rocket Imp and Kong the Red Dot on the top of your screen. See what comes out of that battle.
The split screen really important right now. MVP breathing down Active Stars Red's neck. Actually, Iron Man takes a hit there too. And up at the top, Rocket Imp, they're trying to win that fight up against Kong the Red Dot. And Genji Gold, they're not squeaking. They're not making a peep right now. They do not want to fight.
Rocket Imp has 4 players against the 3 members of Kong the Red Dot, so he could win out that one, but you don't want to just opt for a fight right away. Vino just trying to get some snipe on, get some free kills there.
Nice zoom in there at the end. Oh boy, Captain America in a lot of trouble. Loki finally taking some shots. Couldn't resist that kill.
Trying to not make a sound, but now it's going to be trouble. He has to get away from this one. Does he have a cover, though?
He's trying to run, and look at Mickey right there to take him. I said it, he couldn't resist, but perhaps if he hadn't shot, he could have waited, and Mickey would have gone down here to Hexa.
Now this is all up to Clay to just clear him out, but Kong the Red Dot's finding him difficult once again. Rocket Imp charging from that side. Claytor literally not making any sound. Top 6 situation, Rocket Imp now looking like they want to strike forward and trying to work with their members, see what it can get.
Rocket Imp, you don't want to bite off more than they can chew. Fight one battle at a time, but they got MVP coming up the mountain right now. Coming behind them, and Hexa, Vino, and Proud, they do not want to fight MVP here.
They're so focused on Meryl, they're going to be looking towards that direction. Are they going to see the members coming from MVP? This is going to be a dangerous situation for Proud right now.
Meryl does go down. Good shots there by Hexa, and Kong the Red Dot is eliminated. Now, finally, they can deal with MVP here.
But Claytor's all alone there. Look at where he is. He's just standing right there. MVP and Rocket Imp. This is going to be a huge 3v3 fight. And the result out of this will be another EJ situation where Genji Gold might get a lot higher placement out of this one. Remember, this is what is more important. Genji Gold getting a higher placement than Rocket Imp puts them still at first place. No matter what the point difference is. Rocket Imp getting over Genji Gold, this is where it troubles them.
Yeah, Rocket Imp, they already have a lot more kills than Genji Gold does, so if they win this fight against MVP, that would be fantastic. But Claytor, you got to move soon. Isco, by the way, still alive. Hasn't fought for the last 5 minutes. Haven't really seen him much.
Oh, this is an important fight, Val. There's 3v3 MVP, Rocket Imp. The more of this fight progresses is a happy moment for Claytor and Isco. Especially for Genji Gold, because any type of placement differences is going to be so beneficial for the games. But I think Claytor's going to go for the meds here.
Okay, here we go. Stun grenade up the hill. They know that MVP is over there.
And Claytor's running. Claytor's running. You see that on the minimap, trying to just run forward to get to the circle, but he's getting shot forward.
They see him, and down he will go. Genji Gold out in 4th place. And that's exactly what Rocket Imp wanted to see.
This is definitely all about MVP and Rocket Imp. Rocket Imp taking a chicken dinner right here. That will trouble Genji Gold, probably upsetting them from getting a championship round right here.
What a wacky circle we got here. MVP right over the hill, as well as Rocket Imp on the other side. And they're both in the circle. So we might just have this big peak of the mountain between these two teams.
Now the worst possible scenario for Rocket Imp is that they get 3rd place after losing out to MVP and BSGL Luna. And with Esco, if he survives to that in-game situation, that will put him at 2nd, and I think Rocket Imp can get 1st if they beat out MVP, but this is an important situation. It's either they get 1st or 3rd. I don't think they're going to be splitting for 2nd.
You know, I think these two teams think that the other squad has 4 members right now. Because they see 7 members alive, and they're like, we only have 3, so, you know, what are we going to do? But actually, Isco is alive, and I don't think either team knows it right now.
I think you're exactly right. That's where they're not going for the fight. Where they're even in numbers, don't think they're going to be really up ahead in terms of numbers. And 3v3, someone has to pull the trigger. The problem is that both teams are already in the circle and really don't even have to make a movement.
I like the zoom out here, really showing that Isco is just all by his lonesome down there in the south. But how is this fight going to go down? Who's going to win MVP versus Rocket Imp? 3-on-3.
The most important thing is that Isco, if he spotted, that's going to turn up the fire and turn the go button. Otherwise, Isco, I think he's traveling off a really good path here.
He's got a
knows
great
exactly
spot.
what to do.
Isco's so smart here. Look at this sneaky snake right now, slithering up the mountain by himself.
Mr. Slytherin, Isco, can you get the job done? 3v3, MVP and Rocket Imp. Rocket Imp getting a chicken dinner right now will be crucial for them and get them way ahead past Genji Gold.
Isco must be wondering too, like, what's going on? Why aren't they fighting? How many people are left?
Last circle.
Yep.
Couple of minutes before we get to the final closing. Anyone can take this now.
It's going to be really rough. As I said before, you got the peak of the mountain right between the two teams, a big rock that splits them in half. And Isco, the wild card, can he actually get a kill or even perhaps survive until second place? That's the goal right now.
This is the ultimate EJ for Isco right now. Can he get the work done? Just wait out until Rocket and MVP are done fighting and just rush up, literally rise up to the occasion and get the remaining kills. And you could win a chicken dinner for BSU Luna.
Yeah. You can see Proud slowly inching forward, trying to get some intel on where MVP is, but he's not making a sound, which is most important. He's slowly just staggering forward, not really making any noise.
Now, as time progresses on, one must imagine, why isn't the other team making an approach for it if they have 4 members? That's what the mindset should be for both teams right now for MVP and Rocket Imp, but you gotta imagine something is a little bit amiss here. The constant that they're thinking of is on the opposite side with Isco still waiting on the very opposite end there and not gonna waste any time. MVP, we're gonna see this close in.
Here we
10
go.
seconds, last closure here, right on the center.
How is this gonna go down? I can't wait to see. Proud and the rest of Rocket Imp, they have the high ground. MVP, they need to run up the mountain here. And Isco, he's in the blue, tries to get a kill here on Avito, gets the knock, but he's gonna go down himself.
But that's gonna give the win over to MVP. I don't think Rocket Imp is gonna win 3v2, but this is gonna be the smoke they have to fight against.
Hexa goes down, it's all up to Proud. 1v3 here, and he's in the smoke. He's gonna get up here above them. Let's see what he can do. You can see it in the bottom right. They can't find him just yet. And there he is.
Right in front of him.
He's gonna get 1 kill. Can he get another one? Oh, no, he cannot. Gets the kill in the end, but gets taken out. An MVP win, and the crowd goes wild because they want Rocket Imp not to win.
Genji Gold fans cheering for MVP right now. That's absolutely hilarious. Looking like these fans are just wanting anything to go right for Genji Gold, and here they are once again. MVP, saviors at Genji Gold in this occasion, giving off a chicken dinner towards Rocket Imp. Would have meant doomsday as we have 1 more round to go. And we do see Genji Gold not far too behind, but they still have to overcome the cracks. I feel like Rocket Imp still maybe just outdid Genji Gold on that occasion.
A rough round there for Rocket Imp. They get second place, but I'm not sure that's going to be enough. Also, Actostars Red, they were the ones that were closest to Genji Gold, but they couldn't quite get up towards the top or ahead of Genji Gold in that game. And so this might just be down to the final round, a fight between Rocket Imp and Genji Gold, but I would have to imagine that Genji Gold remain on top after that.
And keep your eyes on the 2 teams, though. That's the real teams that you should be focusing on. Of course, 500 points for the chicken dinner winners every single time Genji Gold or Rocket Imp wins the next chicken dinner. They will probably become the champions of PWM Season 1.
No doubt. So we are going to go into the highlights here. Let's see how this all went down.
Kongdu Gilisu fight against Kongdu Red Dot. This is the lesser of the story that we've been focusing on. MVP losing a couple of members here could have been crucial, but they only lose 1. And that's how they fall through. I mean, they had 3 members still survive to the very end of the game, become the saviors of Genji Gold to keep them still in the standings. As literally we repeat ourselves over and over again. This team, Rocket Imp, if they had won the chicken dinner, that would have meant a lots of trouble for Genji Gold they had to overcome, which would have been a lot more difficult.
Rocket Imp probably would have been in first place, or at least close to it with the win there, because they had a ton of kills. I mean, they were up to 10 kills towards the end of this one.
Look at that. Look at the shot coming from Rocket Imp. If they deserved the championship, I think that wouldn't be a wrong statement to say. Their shots were on point on crucial moments. They could have easily lost and died out maybe at 12th place or so. Definitely would have been possible, but they beat out big teams along the path, and Ah, man, all these extra kills are coming through so well for these guys, but Loki shooting right at them was maybe a mistake as Mickey spots him out from Adrian M's ace. And in the end, it ended up being Claytor ending out in 4th place. Siege spawning out from there, from these behind, but you know, what are we going to say? We're going to say that Rocket M still not getting a chicken dinner gives Genji Gold all the chances in the world still to win this championship.
Vino, really unfortunate for him that he ran into Isco there. If he hadn't died and they were just going 3v3, this could have been a different story, and perhaps Rocket M would have taken it. They do end the game here with 15 kills, so I want to point out that with that, they will get over 500 points with the 2nd place finish. So Rocket M could still be, you know, in a very good contention here to challenge Genji Gold. But first, guys, we are going to go over to the interview with one of the MVP members. I'll let Joel handle the translation.
Here we are after 4th round, just getting ready for the very final round of the day. Looks like we're just taking some time for Suyun to get ready for her interview, along with the MVP player who did pick up the chicken dinner in round number 4. PUBG Warfare Masters still with the finals, the championship rounds. Of course, it really don't know until the very end. After 4 rounds, it becomes more of a question mark as to who will be the champion in the end. But we're gonna go with Team MVP. Gonna talk with Siege after that game. My name is Siege from Team MVP. And MVP has been kind of a team that, as always, have that little bit of a little bit wanting in terms of being so close to getting the top positions, but always falling a little bit short in the end. And a lot of disappointments throughout the season, I'm sure for guys, but how are the players feeling? I feel like we always try to make it to the top, but that fact that we didn't make it in, but I feel like the decisiveness wasn't really there for our team and really didn't allow us to get the win in the end. What was a big change, obviously, for you guys, getting the big decisiveness? The first 3 rounds were abysmal for us, and I feel like, you know, the confidence was down, but we like to go with Erangel with our favorite mode, the FPP. Tried to get a chicken, and we got the chicken dinner there, and feeling very good. Erangel FPP has always been your main mode for MVP, and do you always feel like the confidence, why is it there all the time? Just simply put, it's just really about Erangel FPP. We have so many advantageous terrain to play around. And the 4th circle was really difficult for you guys, and how you guys overcame that Team MVP. Maybe it was the opportunity for MVP, because the way you guys overcame that was really crucial into getting that final position in that Himalayas up in the air and trying to make sure you're trying to get into a good position early. And what was the decision process between trying to play it safe and trying to get the risk to get more advantage? And then whenever the circle is away from us, we try to make sure if we just put one team out of the way, we're trying to go for the fight and trying to kill out the teams before we move on. So that's a decision once again that we made here again. We tried to go with where the gun sounds were coming from, because we knew that if we clear them out, we knew which had to go with. And the numbers, you guys had 3 members very much into the late game, and you guys had the confidence to go forward. The FPP, you know, you don't really have worry about the numbers too much, because as long as you spawn them out, we have the confidence that we will win out in FPP matches. And you do have the very late points in the match where you talk about Rocket Ib and Isco was all under his lonesome. And did you know that he was there? I had no idea he was there, and maybe I thought someone might have been hiding, but he helped so much into killing out the first member Rocket Ib. That really helped us get the chicken dinner. And it really was a big point and how the fight began in that last circle. Of course, the team that makes the first appearance will go down, but Isco actually made the first appearance, trying to make sure he gets the nick there. Anything like to say to Isco? Thank you, Isco. You're the best. Of course, Isco did well to get 3rd place for BSG Luna, but of course, you have to just overcome the hills and the Rocket Ib and MVP in the end at the very last moment. It was the last circle, and eventually it's going to go to the very center of the circle, and we just tried to go with anyone we saw in front of us and try to get the kills, and did. And as soon as we saw, we tried to go forward with it. Yeah, because the infield was just a bit closer to the circle there. But we still just find it out, because the most important thing was finding out before the circle was done closing. But that is a confidence coming in from Team MVP, was probably what translated into the round 4 victory. And anything to the coaching staff that prepared so hard for you guys. We do have a disappointing round, so we're trying to do better in the upcoming rounds as well. Of course, the MVP, in round 4, you do have more chance to come because getting a chicken dinner now. And MVP, I hope that you guys rise back up into the occasion. Anything like to say before going to the last round? We do have TPP and Erangel for round 5. We're going to try to do our best to get a best result on that one. Mass Team MVP feeling a little bit down for not having the best results in a regular occasion, but having a good round 4. Should probably step them up and maybe have a really good round 5 to surprise us all.
Yeah, you never know where they're going to end up, but guys, we are going to take another small break before we end it all here for the finals. Round 5 coming up next.